Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating aspect of tennis that many viewers have noticed but might not fully understand. Why do tennis players frequently change rackets during matches? This practice might seem trivial at first, but it actually plays a crucial role in a player's performance. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more tennis insights and updates. Segment 1. The basics of racket changes. Let's start with the basics. Tennis players often switch rackets for several reasons, including maintaining optimal string tension, adapting to changing conditions, or simply ensuring they have a fresh set of strings. The tension of the racket strings can significantly impact a player's control and power, and as a match progresses, the strings can lose tension or even break. A fresh racket ensures that the player can continue to perform at their best. Segment 2. String tension and performance. String tension is a critical factor in a player's game. Higher string tension offers more control but less power, while lower tension provides more power but less control. Over the course of a match, strings naturally lose tension, which can alter how the ball is struck. Players might change rackets to maintain a consistent feel or to adjust their game strategy. For instance, they may switch to a tighter strung racket for more precision or to a looser strung one for added power, depending on the situation. Segment 3. Environmental factors. Environmental factors like temperature, humidity, and altitude also influence a player's decision to change rackets. High temperatures can cause strings to lose tension faster, while humidity can make the strings absorb moisture and change their playing characteristics. Additionally, the surface of the court can affect string wear and tear. On hard courts, for example, rackets might need to be changed more frequently than on clay or grass. Segment 4. Psychological aspects. Changing rackets can also be a psychological tactic. It allows players a brief moment to reset their minds, calm their nerves, or disrupt their opponent's rhythm. Sometimes a player might change rackets not because of string issues, but to take a mental break and refocus during a high-pressure moment. Segment 5. Professional insights and player preferences. Different players have different preferences and rituals when it comes to racket changes. For example, Rafael Nadal is known for changing his racket after every 7 games, regardless of the condition of his strings. Meanwhile, other players might wait until they feel a noticeable difference in their racket's performance. Coaches and racket technicians are often involved in deciding when a player should change rackets, analyzing conditions and performance to make strategic recommendations. Segment 6. Impact on match strategy. A player's decision to change rackets can also be strategic, impacting their overall match plan. For instance, in a tight set where every point matters, a player might switch to a racket that gives them better control to reduce unforced errors. Conversely, if they are down in a match and need to make a comeback, they might choose a racket with looser strings for more power. Conclusion. So there you have it. Tennis players change rackets for a variety of reasons, from maintaining optimal string tension to adapting to changing match conditions and using it as a psychological strategy. Next time you watch a match, you'll have a better understanding of this subtle yet important aspect of the game. Broken strings. The racket head speed and power that professionals can bring to bear put their strings at risk of breakage. Although they will commonly use tough polyester strings, these may still only last a few hours. There is also a trade-off between the thickness of the strings and their playability. A top player would prefer to play with strings that felt good rather than ones that might last longer. To compensate for the increased chance of breakage, the top players will simply get a whole batch of rackets strung to their specifications every time they practice or play a match. As Serena Williams has pointed out, if a racket string breaks, it will probably cost the player a point, and that point could be an extremely critical one. So why take the risk? Of course, less wealthy players will not be able to afford to take such an extravagant approach, so this puts them at a slight disadvantage. The top players are meticulous and take no chances. Tension loss. It is difficult to measure the actual tension in your strings once they are tied off in your racket. However, it is thought that they may lose about 5 to 10% of the tension they were originally strung at within 24 hours. This emphasizes another reason why the top professionals want their rackets rest-strung every day. If they use rackets which were rest-strung a few days earlier, some tension loss will have already taken place, and the exact amount of this will be unknown. Tension is also lost during play, to an extent depending upon the aggression of the player and the composition of the string. Top players' wish for certainty means that they do not want to allow time for further deterioration to take place, so they will make frequent changes of racket. New grip. New rackets tend to be fitted with grips which have a moderate amount of tackiness, but when in contact with the natural oils and sweat from a player's hand, this will rapidly diminish. It is possible to replace the entire original grip with a tacky, cushioned absorber replacement purchased